The village without stars. There was once a village that forgot the stars. Not all at once. No one woke up one morning and announced that they no longer existed. The forgetting happened gradually. First came brighter lamps. Then taller buildings. Then larger fires. Then came noise. The village became proud of its light. Proud of its activity. Proud of its progress. Night no longer looked dark there. The streets remained illuminated long after sunset. People celebrated this. Darkness had been defeated. Or so they believed. Years passed. Children were born who had never truly seen the night sky. Old stories spoke of rivers of light stretching across heaven. Of constellations. Of wonder. Of standing beneath infinity and feeling very small and very alive at the same time. The children laughed. The old stories sounded ridiculous. Everyone knew there was nothing above them except darkness. After all, no one had seen the stars in generations. One evening an old traveler entered the village carrying a lantern. Not a large lantern. Not a bright lantern. Just enough light to walk by. He asked a strange question. When was the last time anyone here looked up? The villagers laughed. Look up at what? The stars. More laughter. There are no stars. The traveler nodded. Perhaps. Then he asked another question. When was the last time your village turned out its lights? The laughter stopped. Why would we do that? The traveler looked around. At the fires. The lamps. The windows. The endless glow. So that you might discover whether the stars disappeared, or whether something brighter simply prevented you from seeing them. The village grew quiet. Not because they agreed. Because they understood. Some truths arrive that way. Not loudly. Not violently. Just quietly enough to become impossible to ignore. That night a few villagers extinguished their lamps. Only for a moment. Only out of curiosity. And for the first time in their lives. They saw them. Thousands upon thousands of lights stretching beyond imagination. Ancient. Silent. Patient. They had been there the entire time. The stars had not disappeared. The village had become too bright to see them. The traveler smiled. Human beings often make this mistake. They assume absence of awareness means absence of reality. But many things continue existing whether we notice them or not. Wonder, meaning, beauty, truth, the sacred. These things rarely disappear. More often they become hidden beneath noise, beneath entertainment, beneath endless distraction, beneath lives so crowded with stimulation that there is no room left for silence. And silence is where many important things live. Conscience lives there. Gratitude lives there. Reflection lives there. Prayer lives there. Wisdom often waits there patiently. Modern life has become remarkably efficient at removing silence from existence. People wake up to noise, travel with noise, work with noise, rest with noise, sleep with noise, then wonder why they feel disconnected from themselves. The soul has a voice, but it has always preferred whispers to shouting. Perhaps that is why so many ancient traditions sought mountains, deserts, forests, gardens, not because wisdom only lives there, but because noise often does not. There are truths that cannot compete with the volume of the world. They wait, quietly, until someone becomes still enough to hear them. Perhaps that is what many people are actually starving for. Not information, not entertainment, not productivity. Stillness. A moment long enough to remember what they are beneath all the performance, beneath all the striving, beneath all the noise. The traveler left the village the next morning. But the villagers noticed something had changed. More people looked upward. More windows stayed dark at night. More conversations became quieter. Not because the village rejected light, because they learned there are some lights that reveal, and other lights that blind. Wisdom is learning the difference. The stars are still there. They have always been there. The question was never whether the heavens stopped speaking. The question was whether anyone was still listening. Perhaps tonight, turn out a few lights, and look up. If this lantern illuminated something you had forgotten, return again. There are still roads left to walk. Still skies left to notice. Still whispers left to hear. Until next time, keep watch over what captures your attention. Shalom.